Okay, so at the end of the last video, I asked you to try to sketch a graph of cotangent of x, and I've done that here. I should have been more explicit. I should have said graph exactly 2 periods and plot at least 3 points per period. But anyway, that's what I did. Okay. So I put back up the unit circle to remind myself my definition of cotangent is capital X over capital Y. So it's very similar to tangent, but our asymptotes appear at different places because the problems now are at quadrantal angles that intersect the unit circle at these two places where the y value is 0. So my asymptotes are at 0 and pi and 2 pi. They're at multiples of pi. If you remember when we talked about the domains of our trig functions, we said there were certain values that were excluded from the domain. Those are exactly the locations of the asymptotes. Then for the other quadrantal angles, so pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2, we're just at 0. Okay. And then I plotted all of the points with a reference angle of pi over 4. So pi over 4 would be in quadrant 1, where cotangent is positive. That gives me a 1. 3 pi over 4 is in quadrant 2, where it's negative. That gives me a negative 1. In quadrant 3, cotangent is positive. So 5 pi over 4, which again has a reference angle of pi over 4, is 1. And 7 pi over 4 is negative 1. Okay. And then when I connect those points, that just helps me to, first of all, be positive here and negative here, but also it helps me to get about the right level of steepness. Okay. So that is our graph of cotangent. Okay. And in the next video, we're going to start taking a look at transformations of tangent and cotangent.